each quadratic function by determining whether the graph opens up or down, find its vertex, axis of symmetry, y-intercept, and x-intercepts, if any, determine the domain and range, determine where the function is increasing and where it is decreasing. Okay, so the function is f of x equals 2x squared minus x minus 2. Step 1, does it open up or down? Opens up. How do we know? It's a positive 2 in the front. Okay, next, find the vertex. So vertex negative b over 2a. So we go negative, negative 1 over 2 times 2. So positive 1/4. Right? Then that's the x value. Now we have to plug that in to get the y value. So 2 times 1/4 squared minus 1/4 minus 2. So that gives us 1/4 squared is 1/16. But if you multiply that, you have 2/16, which is 1/8, right? So 1/8 for this part. And then subtract a 1/4. I want to get a common denominator, so subtract 2/8 instead. Is that okay? And then instead of subtracting 2, I'm going to say I'm subtracting 16/8. So that gives me 1 minus 18. So is that a negative 17/8? Does that sound right? Okay, that's an ugly vertex. So the vertex is at 1/4, comma, negative 17/8. Did I do that okay? Did anyone check the answer in the back? It's supposed to be 15/8. 1 minus 18. 17/8, Tasha? We're good? Okay, somebody check that while I'm moving on. Axis of symmetry is simply this number, except you have to write it in the form x equals 1/4, right? Yes. The axis of symmetry must always be written in the form x equals. It is 15/8. Okay, what have I done wrong? Let's go back and look. Okay, the original problem is written down incorrectly. 45 is a plus 2. Oops. So that's a plus. So that's 17 minus 2, which is positive 15/8 instead. Okay, it helps to write down the original problem correctly. Alright, so there's the vertex 1/4 and positive 15/8. Good. Now we are going to find y-intercept. Y-intercept is easy because you go 0 minus 0 plus 2. Plug in zeros for the x's. What's the y-intercept? 2. So the y-intercept is 0 minus 0 plus 2, which is 2. So 0, comma 2 is the y-intercept. Now to find the x-intercepts, we take our function and set it equal to 0 and solve it. Is this one factorable? Can we factor this? 2 times 2 is 4. Are there factors of 4 that would subtract to get 1? I don't think so. So what do we have to use to find the x-intercepts? Quadratic formula. So x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay. Yes. Okay, so then we have negative b plus or minus negative, or b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we have 1 plus or minus, this is 1 minus 8/16. Anyway, basically we get a negative in here. Did you notice that? So when you get a negative in there, what does that mean? There are no x-intercepts. Because that's not possible, because it's imaginary. Okay, next we determine the domain and range and where the function is increasing and decreasing. Oh, and we're supposed to use all this information to graph it. So let's go ahead and do that part. So graph, it opens up, the vertex is at 1/4 and 15/8. Ugh. 1/4 and 15/8 is almost 2. And the y-intercept is 2. So it's like right there, sort of, kind of. And the axis of symmetry is at 1/4. And notice how it's going upward from here. No wonder it has no x-intercepts, right? Okay, so then the last part is domain and range. Domain for parabolas is always what? Negative infinity to positive infinity, or all real numbers. Range, that's where we have to be careful. What is the range for this one? Where does it start? What's this number it starts at? It's not quite 2, remember? No, it's 15/8. So the range is from 15/8 to infinity. And then where is it increasing? It's increasing from the x value 1/4 to infinity, and it's decreasing from the x value negative infinity to positive 1/4. Is that all of the questions?